Hi, this is Zoe from Zoe World, and today we will be making homemade glycerin soap. Today you will be needing some rubbing alcohol in a pump bottle. Food colorings are optional. You also need some flavorings or scents and a glass jar for melting in. You will also need your glycerin soap base. You could also use a different kind of soap base. You also need your soap mold, a saucepan and some water, a paper towel, and lastly, you will need a cutting board. You will now want to cut up your specific amount of soap. For my soap mold, it takes about 1.5 blocks to fill up a little mold cavity, so I think I'm going to do 4 blocks just so I can maybe do like 3 of. Now you're going to want to chop up your soap blocks into tiny little pieces. Like you might want to cut them up quite a bit. When you have your soap blocks cut up into like small little blocks like these, you're just going to put them all in your jar that you're going to melt stuff. Next, you're going to take your saucepan and fill it up with water. And then you're going to put your little jar of soaps. Next, you're going to turn your burner on to about like a little over medium, so about like 5 or 6. And then you just wait for the water to kind of boil and melt the soap down. To prepare the mold, you're going to take your spray rubbing alcohol and spray it in your molds. So now that it is mostly melted, I'm going to take my fragrances. And right here I have Mountain Jasmine fragrance, and all my fragrances are from elementsbathandbody.com, which has really good fragrances. So what you're going to do is you can only squeeze 7 to 8 drops in this. So I'm going to put 5 or 4 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of my Mountain Jasmine fragrance. And then I'm going to take 3 drops of my Wild Mint Moss. 1, 2, 3. Then you will just stir it up so that all of it melts and all the flavoring gets in it. After you have your flavorings in there and it is still hot, you're going to put your colorings in there. I'm just using food coloring. They work fine. I mean, if you really wanted to go and buy the expensive soap colorings, you would, but the food coloring works fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a swirl effect. So I'm going to take some blue and do like 3 drops. And then I'm going to mix my blue up so it gets nice and like a pretty teal color. And then I'm going to take my purple and do a couple drops in there and just swirl it. And then I'm going to brush off my spoon by putting it all in the water because it's just soap, so you're basically cleaning your pan right now. And then you will just pour your soap in. And make sure you do this quickly because the soap will harden in your jar if you don't do it quickly enough. So actually, I got more than 4 out of this batch. I actually got like 6, which is my whole mold, which is not surprising. Sometimes you can just stretch the amount. Then using your rubbing alcohol spray, you just spritz each one with the rubbing alcohol. Like twice.